I was like, what? Say what? Hey guys, welcome back to the chat with Kwabz. So my name is Crystal, and today we're going to be doing another get to know me set of questions. And this tag, again, I found another random tag online, and I'm going to be using my phone, so bear with me as I look down. But this tag is called the get to know me tag that no one asked. So the first question: when was the last time you cried? That's a very good question. So I'm not much of a crier. Let me just put that out there. I don't cry a lot about like goodbyes or sad things, or I'm trying hard to remember the last time I cried, and I don't think I have cried recently. However, which is a weird thing. I don't know, you guys, there's a theme going on. I'm a little different. The only times that I remember like crying, and not just tears falling down my face, but like snots running down my face type of crying, is when I watch sappy, sad movies. I remember once watching what was it called? You Can Do Bad All By Yourself. That's a Tyler Perry movie. Guys, I cried my eyes out. It was ridiculous. As I was crying, I was like, you're ridiculous. This doesn't make sense. But yeah, those are the times I cry. And I mean, there have been times where I've cried when things aren't going the way I expected, and it's just a lot of like, wow, is this me? But those are far and in between. So few and far in between, that's how you say that. So yeah, if you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? I think so. I think I'm pretty cool, guys. I think I'm a very interesting person. I hope my friends agree, but I think I'll be a friend of myself, because at least one thing I know about myself is that if you're my friend, I'm going to be there for you. Maybe I'll call you all the time, but like if you need anything, I'm going to move as much as I can to make sure that it happens for you. I'm a doer. I like to see things done, so I do a lot for my friends. So I would want to be friends with someone like that too, isn't it? So yeah. Do you use sarcasm a lot? I used to. Guys, I used to use sarcasm a lot. I still do that a little bit. Like, even if I don't say it, I think it. And the reason why I don't do it as much is because it's not the right thing to do. I think it though, but I wouldn't say it. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can say no, I'm not anymore. Scary movie or happy endings? I like both, but let me say I like not scary like horror movies, but thrillers. I love thrillers, especially psychological thrillers. But I'm not, and I do like happy endings. I told you I like happy endings. But I also don't like movies that are too predictable, that I'm just like, oh, I can tell this is gonna be a happy end. Make it interesting, and then we can get to the happy ending part. So yeah. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? So I currently live in the US. My home is Ghana, so I guess that's the furthest. What's your zodiac sign? Do you believe in it? I'm a Taurus. So when I was younger, I used to be very into it, but I don't remember any of the things that I used to read when I was younger. But nowadays I'm just like, I don't really care about it. I'm not into like all of the reading the stars and what do you call that thing? What it starts with an H. I don't know. I'm just not into all of that. It's weird. It's just weird stuff. Do you have any pets? Not in the US, but back home in Ghana we have guard dogs. So I don't know if I'll call them pets. I used to think they were my pets when they were like smaller, when we first got them, because they were so cute. But now I'm just like, I don't know. We're not good. Nope. No thank you. Those things will kill you. That's how big they've gotten. Yeah, so that's their purpose. Yeah, guard dogs. But in the future I hope to get like a cute dog. And it doesn't even have to be a small dog, just a dog that I can call my little friend, that we can have good times together. So yeah. Also guys, if you see me shaking, it's because I shake my legs a lot. I don't know if it's just pent up energy, but that's just my thing. Who was your first best friend? My first best friend was called Yulin. And we were friends. This was when I was in like kindergarten, going to kindergarten, yeah. She was like, we used to do everything together. My best friend. She was really great, and I love her. Still love her though, but we're not as close as we were before. But having that connection, I still love her. That's just how I am, you know. If I love you, I love you. Well, unless you do something crazy, but she didn't do anything crazy, so she's still in the good books. Do you have any siblings? I have 3 siblings. I have 2 older sisters and 1 younger brother. So yeah. What's the least favorite thing about myself? Okay, so recently I've started to observe that because I have a fear of failing, right? I don't do certain things, and I overthink myself out of doing things. Certain things that I want to do, and I don't want to live like that anymore. I didn't think I was that person, but a lot of introspection has shown me that I am that type of person, and I don't want to be that person. So out the door, exit. What phone do I have? I have an Apple phone. It's cracked, guys, so I don't even know what I'm showing you, but it's okay. Yeah, I used to have Android. I've used both. I'm not loyal to any. I do like Apple more because it's more user friendly, but I mean, hey, if it's a good phone, it's a good phone. I really don't care that much. 3 things that upset me. I just don't like to see people take advantage of other people. Like, that kills me. I feel like if I see that happening, I probably will say something, and I probably shouldn't, but I most likely would, or I will react negatively, which is not great. Lack of respect. I think that's also another thing that gets me. I'm just not for that at all. And another thing that upsets me, well, is kind of like knowing I could have done something and I didn't do it, or like I didn't do it as well as I could, and so I missed out on something. That's also something that scares me, or like not scares, upsets me. Also scares me, but it's both at the same time. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? I think I'm both. I am able to, if I go out in social settings, I can engage with people, I can chit chat, we can have a good time. I would be laughing, having great conversations, whatever. But I like my own space. Like, I like to come home and recharge. And the funny thing is, before I go for social events, I have to make up my mind that I'm going for a social event, so I have to put it on, so I don't know, it's weird because, and the thing is, how they say introverts recharge at home and extroverts recharge in the presence of people. For me, it's both, because sometimes I'm hanging out with people and I'm so energized, and then there are other times when I'm hanging out with people and they're draining the life out of me. And then there are times when I'm at home and I'm so energized, and then there are times when I'm at home and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? So it's just, I don't know, I guess I don't fit in any of those. I just, based on however things need to be or what I need to do, I'm just gonna be what I need to do or be. I don't know, it's just weird. Do you consider yourself a good cook? I do consider myself a good cook. I think I can whip it up in the kitchen. I can, make things, and yeah, they'll taste good. They'll taste, I won't say great, but they'll taste good. But I don't like to cook, guys. I'm not one of those girls. Like, it's not my thing. It just takes too long, and is cutting stuff, and now you're watching. I'm not interested. I mean, I like to eat, but I don't like to cook. Are you left or right-handed? I'm right-handed, but I always wanted to be left-handed, guys. I really wanted to be left-handed so badly, but it just, my motor skills with my left hand, they're really bad. But interestingly, like, I do other stuff with my, like, I can't write with my left hand, but I do a lot of stuff with my left hand. I'm not ambidextrous or anything, but I am able to use both, but just not for writing. My left hand is a mess when it comes to writing. No. What's on my mind right now? I'm actually enjoying making this video a lot. So in my mind, I'm like, oh wow, I didn't think this would be that fun, you know, like starting a YouTube channel. Like I always had all of these thoughts in my head about like, oh, who's gonna watch me? Like, do I really have anything to say? Like, I know I have something to say, but people want to hear it, you know, stuff like that. But now I'm just like, oh wow, this is actually fun. So that's what's on my mind right now. How would you describe your fashion sense? Comfort, but cute when I care. If I don't care, I mean, it's just gonna be sweatpants, my boots, my hair, whatever, no makeup. I'm out at the door. Like, and I have those moments quite a lot. But when I try to dress up, I like a lot of, I don't like girly styles. Like I like, you know, to, I don't know if there's a name for it, but maybe you see my outfits here and there, like maybe on my social media. What do I want to be when I grow up? That's a very good question. I have so many ideas of what I want to be. I don't think I have one thing that I want to do. I just have several things that I want to do, and I know for me, I want to be fulfilled. I want to find the things that I'm going to do and do them so well, but then have like an inner contentment and fulfillment that, wow, what you're doing is impacting people. That's really what undergirds my desire for who I'm going to be in the future. So whether it is through owning businesses, through media, through whatever avenue, I just want to know that at the end of the day that there's fulfillment, you know, and there's a direct measurable impact on people's lives. That's my desire. Where was I born? I was born in Alexandria, Virginia, which is not too far from where I am right now. Actually, funny story. So I was born in the US in Alexandria, Virginia, and then I moved back home. And then, home being Ghana. So I come back to the US for college. This is in 2012. Graduate from college in 2016, looking for, you know, what the next move is. Move down to the DMV area for work and find an apartment in Alexandria, Virginia. I'd always known that I was born in Alexandria, Virginia, but I'd never like gone to the place that I lived in or anything. So I had no clue, right? So I find this place on Etzel Road somewhere, and I'm, you know, living there. My mom comes to visit me one day, and she's like, oh my gosh, Crystal, like I literally lived across the street from this apartment complex, and that's where you were born, and that's where I brought you home to when you were born. And I was like, what? Say what? So I found out that I literally, when I was like days old, lived on the same road, like literally a couple of complexes away from the apartment complex that I lived in when I graduated from college and started my job in DC. Does that make sense? No. I don't know, maybe it doesn't impact you as much as it did, but I was like, whoa, like I had no clue. God is funny. He works very interestingly. I no longer live there anymore, but you know, that's always a special connection that I'm going to have with that place. What's the first thing I notice about people? I've not really thought about that, but I think for me, it's not the appearance necessarily. I think it has something to do with it, but I think it's more energy. Like if I sense a sense of confidence and well assuredness with yourself, like you're good with yourself, I think I sense those things. I think so, because I that's kind of how I think about people. I think that's a very tough question. I'm not a very physical minded person, like, oh, how this person looks, I mean, it comes up eventually, but I don't think that's the first thing. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look out for that and give you guys an updated answer. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. The rest of the questions are not interesting, or I don't have interesting answers to them, so I'm just gonna let it go. But thank you for watching. I enjoyed doing this tag, and I look forward to doing more, and actually even more than just doing tags, just, you know, kind of launching into more interesting things that we can talk about and learn about each other and just keep growing. So thank you for watching, and see you soon.